Welcome to Gamespace Weekly number 7, at least I think it's number 7. We're starting to lose track these days at Gamespace Weekly, but this is going to be the latest roundup of everything that you might have missed last week at Gamespace. First up, as usual, it's the news here at Gamespace Weekly, and this week Nintendo launched a whole new Switch Lite that you've got to know about. Thankfully, they're not making the old Switch Lites entirely redundant, but it is coming out in a brand spanking new coral colour. It's not pink, honestly, it's coral. Anyone who wants a slightly different look on their Nintendo Switch Lite can go ahead and check out Gamespace for all the news about that. However, I do have to break it to you, right now it is only available in Japan and you won't get it on the full fat Switch as well. So you might have to wait a little while and see if it comes here to the West. If it does, we'll have the news at Gamespace. You might have noticed we've been having more VR games here at Gamespace. That's partially due to an increased consumer demand for that sort of information, but it's also due to the lower price point and easier barrier for entry for people to get over. Headsets like the Rift S have really brought that price point down to just a few $100s, as well as things like the PSVR. Now, HTC have gone ahead and expanded their Cosmos range, which is the lower end of the HTC VR headset family, and they've released 3 new headsets to go alongside that. Coming in at the bottom range, the HTC Play is the very entry level of this, and it goes all the way up to the Cosmos Elite, which is essentially the newest version of the HTC Vive. The HTC Vive is a upwards of $1,000 headset, never mind the cost of a gaming rig, and probably one of the premium tiers of that. Everything about the Cosmos range is incredibly complex. It's got tons of variants, and in fact even the faceplates on the front of them can be upgraded. There's a ton of information about this, and frankly there's not enough time to go through it here in Gamespace Weekly. What I'd suggest is go over to Gamespace, check out the news about the HTC Cosmos range, and see if it's worthwhile you jumping into the VR headset experience. Next up on the news, we've got some information for anyone who's waiting for Cyberpunk 2077. Some of you may not be able to fork out the full upfront price for Cyberpunk 2077 and get into this dystopian near future environment coming from CD Projekt Red. Thankfully, CD Projekt Red have gone ahead and they've announced that Cyberpunk 2077 is coming to Nvidia's GeForce Now streaming platform on launch day. Unlike Blizzard and some similar developers and publishers that have taken their games off of GeForce Now, CD Projekt Red seem to be committing to this platform, despite the fact that it might cut into their initial sales. The fact of the matter is that GeForce Now allows gamers to stream for free for an hour and for slightly longer with premium RTX ray tracing tech for just $5 a month right now. That's an exceptional offer, and it's certainly one that I think I might even be looking into just to catch some of the upgraded, much vaunted illumination technology that's coming to CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk 2077. Head over to Gamespace, check out details about Cyberpunk 2077 and GeForce Now for all of this information. Finally, from the news, we got 3 games that have gone free to play this weekend. If you're quick, you might be able to go ahead and catch some free time in some big budget action games that have gone free to play this weekend. First up, we've got Kingdom Under Fire 2, a massive MMORTS hybrid game that's come west thanks to Gameforge and Blueside Entertainment. This game launched last year and we covered it a great deal here at Gamespace. However, you might be able to still go ahead and grab a look at some of the newer updates to the game in this free-to-play weekend. Similarly, Dying Light 2, if you are quick about it, you might be able to survive a tiny bit of the apocalypse in this game. Head over to their Steam store page to find out more if you're quick. Feria, however, is a fantasy strategy card game that comes from Versus Evil, and this game has a slightly longer free-to-play period this time round. It has a week-long free-to-play period, and you can go ahead over to the Epic Games Store, find out some more about it, and jump in, see if it's worth buying. The nice thing about Feria is that unlike some card games and some strategy titles, it certainly doesn't try and whittle you out of your hard-earned cash with card packs. Instead, this is very much a buy-to-play experience where you get the whole game and its DLC updates with some of the offers that are over on the Epic Games Store. Head over to Gamespace, find out about these free-to-play titles, what you may or may not have missed, and if there's still some time for you to catch some action in either 3 of these. Next up, as normal, it's reviews over here at Gamespace. We've got a ton of stuff this week, loads of games and lots of hardware. So first of all, I'm going to highlight for you the Sound Blaster X3. The Sound Blaster X3 got reviewed by Chris, and it's the upgraded version, I'd say, of the USB DAC amp, the G3 that we reviewed last week. Now, whilst I had a lot of good things to say about the G3, the X3 is the desktop version of this. It's primarily aimed at PC gamers. It can go ahead and it can power headphones up to 16 ohms with a noise ratio of 115 decibels, so it's a definite step up from the USB plug and play device that we tried last week. It has all the same features, all the customization and the game modes that the G3 had, but it also incorporates some really awesome surround sound audio with the SX-FI system that I seem to rave about all the time. Head over to Gamespace, check out the details about the G3 and the X3 and find out which one's right for you. If you've been playing PC games for the last couple of months, then it's no doubt you'll have heard of Temtem. This Pokemon-inspired RPG that's currently in early access kind of blasted onto the scene, and we finally got our hands on it. So now we've managed to catch this one. Head over to Gamespace, check out the details. I'm not going to ruin it for you, just head over, check out that review. Next up, a slight left turn when we jump into a VR game called BoxVR. Developed by FitXR, this game takes the idea of rhythm games like Pistol Whip and Beat Saber, but instead of flailing your arms about like a moron, this one gets you to punch your arms about like a moron. It's really focused on getting you fit, as well as still having that really tight rhythm experience that games like Beat Saber have already managed to flaunt to make us all buy it when we get a VR headset. I reviewed it, and frankly, as a bit of a gym buddy, I really love this game. It really gets you off your feet, has a real good range of full body movement, but I'm not going to ruin my review. Head over to Gamespace, check out the details about BoxVR, as it has come out on PSVR, Oculus and Steam VR. As usual, we like to give things away here at Gamespace and Gamespace Weekly. Thankfully, I am not going to disappoint this week. I might not be able to give away any more WoW Collector's Edition box sets, but I can tell you that we are still running a key giveaway for Pearl Abyss's Shadow Arena. Originally started as a spin-off from the massive MMO hit Black Desert Online, Shadow Arena is going into its latest closed beta test. That closed beta test allows players to jump in with 39 other individuals, pick from 9 classes, and duke it out in a battle royale survival type experience that frankly is a really nice twist on the idea of PUBG. So frankly, if you are sick of running around for 30 minutes then to die in a hail of bullets, why not be a bit more magical? Pick a fairy and blast everyone to hell. That's everything for this week at Gamespace Weekly. Come back next week for a bit more details on everything that you might have missed over at gamespace.com, or in fact just head over to gamespace.com, check out the news, reviews and everything in our haven for all video gamers. Thanks for watching, see you next week. That's going ahead, and I'm going to have to do this again because I just armed really hard. It ranges from everything from the Play, which is the base end range, right up to the Cosmos Vive Elite. In fact, sorry, that's not even the name of it. It's the Cosmos Vive Elite. No, it's just the Cosmos Elite. Fuck.